to my YouTube channel. Happy Sunday. Hope you're having a lovely week and you had an amazing relaxing weekend, ready to go again. So in this video I thought it would be really beneficial and educational to talk basically about my top tips on how to break into the fashion industry. As someone who is experienced in applying for jobs, applying for internships, I'm currently doing an internship now in the industry, I thought I would share my tips and tricks that really helped me. So let's get started. First tip that I'm going to talk about on how to break into the fashion industry is really showcase your passion for the subject. Try and think of a field you want to go into. There are so many resources online that you can really upskill your knowledge. So doing courses on COURSERA, Business of Fashion, Google SKILLSHOP, FutureLearn, the list honestly goes on, and these are some of the resources that I actually have taken some courses in, and I thought they were really beneficial for me to talk about in like interviews for like internships or like even for the retail industry in general. I will definitely link everything below that I think is really useful. So something else that I want to talk about is you don't have to do a degree in fashion to make it in fashion. So I think her name is Giada. Put her name on screen. I'm so sorry if I've pronounced that wrong. So definitely check her out, the GLAM Observer on Instagram, and she also has her own lovely learning platform that you can pay for and receive all the skills and resources that she has. I've actually attended some of her webinars and they are really useful. The webinars are free, so if you just, and I know she does like a free trial as well for her little course that she runs on the platform. And also, while I'm speaking about it, I may as well also mention Find Your Intern. The lovely Jasmine McPhee is the founder of Find Your Intern, and that was also a platform that I feel like is really useful. So again, Find Your Intern on Instagram, and she also has her own little website with loads of different resources and top tips and tricks. Honestly, if you really want to do something and you really believe, and I definitely feel like you can make it, and it is, everything in life is what you make of it. So if you believe you're going to make it, I truly do believe that you will make it. She's so experienced in her field and I honestly could not talk about it. She knows a lot more than I do.
Just one word I have is amazing.
She also has her own book out now. So the next tip I would say is to really like stand out from the crowd, whether that's you're applying for a job or an internship or for uni, anything. Definitely start a blog, an Instagram page, or even a YouTube channel, and also get on LinkedIn. I cannot big LinkedIn up enough. It is basically the Instagram version of like a professional space. I definitely post at least weekly. I do like my intern diaries on LinkedIn, and then I also link it to my specific like fashion page as well. I also post my LinkedIn diaries there too. Recruiters and people in the industry can do and what you're up to, like what you're passionate about. And it's definitely, I know so many people as well have actually gained jobs that they're currently working in now through LinkedIn. So it's a really powerful platform. LinkedIn, your best friend, because you will not regret it. This way as well, you can really stay up to date with what's going on in the industry, making new connections, and this really does set you apart from other candidates. Dedicating your time as like a side piece from what you're already doing, that definitely sets you apart. Getting a job within retail, and I know it is quite competitive at the minute, all the retail jobs and any job in general basically, due to the saturated market. First year I actually worked at Shoe part-time as well as doing my degree, and I also worked at, in my second year I then worked at Kurt Geiger, which honestly I feel like changed my life, because that's when I like kind of realized that I actually do want to go into the luxury side of the fashion industry. And it was just so fun, like being surrounded by so many colourful shoes and bags, and chatting to so many lovely customers honestly really lifted my confidence. It was honestly such an incredible but short experience, because then I got my internship and I moved down to London. Everything that you do now is going to lead up to the bigger picture. When I worked as Shoe and Kurt Geiger, I was also able to gain knowledge and experience within like internal procedures and what was going on within the company at that present time when I worked there, and also staying up to date with it and more what was actually going on in the industry at that time. Whereas like when you're at uni, you're studying about something, you really don't get that real first-hand experience. So I'm really lucky and glad that I was able to get a job in retail, and it led me to so many more opportunities. For example, while I was at Kurt Geiger, we were actually planning for me to do a few days of work experience up in their headquarters in London, which I was really excited about, but then the pandemic hit, so unfortunately that wasn't able to go ahead anymore. Reach out to, even if you have a part-time job in retail, ask if you can maybe do like work a few days voluntary at head office and see a first-hand experience of what goes on from like the top. Ask, you will get. So be ballsy, see what opportunities you can get, and the worst thing that they can say is no. And no is such a, like, no is just a word. So do it. This is what helped me, and I'm just giving my point of view and my different tips and tricks. Another point I would say is reach out to some local businesses and see if you can do some voluntary work for them. For example, I did 2 weeks at a sustainable brand, and I learned so many things than I would have if I went to a corporation. And I definitely say that this has helped me again on my journey to getting my internship. It was such a valuable experience that I honestly would not be able to recommend enough. And with this way too, you can also grow your portfolio of clients and showcase an example of work that you can also say like if an interview when you progress further. However, I would say I wouldn't recommend doing this in the longer term, because I don't agree in unpaid work experience. We all have bills to pay. You can't just give your services and work for free. So if it's for 2 short weeks and you do it like Monday to Friday, and you also have a part-time job at the weekends, then of course that's feasible. When you're working for free, it's also quite demoralizing, and you can lose your creativity and like that spunk for that industry, because you're not like, no matter how good you are and how okay about things you could be, I just don't believe anybody should work for free. Like, we have bills to pay. That's all I'm gonna say. For example, you've applied for an internship and you've got to the interview stage, you've done the case study, you've done the presentation. Now, you don't just leave it there. Everybody's presentation or case study could have been the exact same, like they would have absolutely loved everybody's, but that one thing you have to do is go the extra mile. One thing I did that in particular for my internship at L'Oreal, after my interview, which was the last stage, I contacted the interviewer, sent them a quick message on LinkedIn, and I just said thank you so much for your time today. I really enjoyed meeting you, look forward to speaking to you very soon, and hope you have a lovely day. And with that, she did in fact replied, and then a few days later I found out that I got the job. So honestly, you have to be strategic, and so many people as well that know that I do work at L'Oreal that are in the same position I was last year and are applying for internships have actually messaged me on LinkedIn and asked for any advice for their application, as they would absolutely love, as L'Oreal is one of their dream companies, as it was mine. And you know, dreams do come true. If you're in my position and you're applying for internships, reach out to other interns that are in that company and ask for their advice. Another thing I would say is to be successful at your assessment centre is think outside the box with your case study. Look at trends that are happening, not necessarily in the fashion industry, but even outside the business. Actually, I looked at museums and how art galleries and stuff at that time were closed, and people were really missing out on that. I actually found that in WGSN, and I just seen this report about like art galleries and like human interaction and like augmented reality, and I thought, you know what, I'm doing my case study on augmented reality because of course I am a VM intern, so I needed to base it on retail. So my case study was about a launch of one of the fragrances. Research the company. That is another tip I would say. Research the shit out of the company through the social media channels, LinkedIn, websites, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, absolutely everything, to really get a feel, and really also research about what the company's values are and see if they relate to yours. You could link back from some of your previous experiences that you could also back up your point of why you are the perfect candidate for the job or the position or the placement or the uni or whatever it is. L'Oreal and some of their videos on YouTube, seeing that they used SketchUp. I also have really great knowledge of SketchUp, so I did loads of SketchUp designs for the augmented reality launch, and then also converted the SketchUp into a little video as if that's what the launch was like. I also put like little cutouts of celebrities within that, and I would say, like when I explained it in my presentation, that they would be the face of the fragrance and be able to get their opinion out there due to retail being shut down, and that's how people would be able to really engage with the launch. And basically my idea was kind of like a virtual pop-up store kind of retail experience. 6 months later, Charlotte Tilbury came out with her holiday virtual store, and it's really crazy to think, and I feel like it's such a proud of achievement for me. 6 months prior, I proposed this to L'Oreal as part of my presentation and case study, and of course it could have been in the works at that time, but obviously I wouldn't have known. It was clearly where the industry was going, so I'm very happy about that, and everybody has been saying they should have listened to me, which I think is just so funny. Outside of the box with your ideas, it could be whatever position you're going for. They really want to know, like, even it's so silly that they just want to know how you think creatively, and it really is just as simple as that. Tip that I'm going to end on: just be yourself, let your personality shine. If you don't get that internship or the job or like the university place, it's their loss and it's not yours. It's nothing to do with you, it's their loss. Be positive, manifest your dreams. Anything in this world is possible, and you just have to chase your dreams because you are the leader of your own future. It's just the way you look at things, and if you look at things with an open mindset, amazing things will happen. Good luck. Leave questions down below if you have any other questions for me. You may know I am a VM intern at L'Oreal within the luxury division. 4 months left, which is so sad. I really don't want to leave. So, and I've worked in retail, as I said. I've worked at Kurt Geiger, I've worked at Shoe, I've done various different like work experiences within like styling for Topshop, doing photography for Topshop. It is just any questions at all, leave them down below. Message me on Instagram. I would be so more than obliged to answer, because I just love helping other creatives within this industry with any knowledge I could share and any knowledge they can share to help me. We just have to rise up, ourselves up, and just be so positive and inspiring, as so many creatives inspire me. This is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have an absolutely lovely Sunday, and I'll see you in next week's video. Bye!